Hi there, I thought I'd come out to the garden and show you what it looks like here in March 2021, which is, let's see, about 6 years after we bought the place. And there was nothing here except for the big oak trees. There were no plants here, so any of the plants you see are things that I have planted since we've moved in. And this is one of my favorites here, the Hummingbird Sage. It's just starting to bloom. And some island snapdragon that is up high enough that the bunnies aren't getting it. And I noticed over here there's still a few blooms hanging on. Isn't this interesting? So this is our pipe vine, which is the plant for our California pipe vine swallowtail, which we haven't seen here yet, but you know, we might get some, who knows. Some more island snapdragon. And these are the blue, my beautiful Ray Hartman ceanothus. They're just about done with their big bloom, but they have been filled with bees for the last month. It's been absolutely wonderful. We have a few of them around in the yard. Got one out there in the front yard. Let's see. So still up here on the deck, but I thought I'd give you an overview. And again, when we bought the place, those of you that don't know the story, this had no plants. It just had a full-size batting cage. That was what the people were into. So we've had to bring the ground back to life, which we've done with putting in a lot of wood chips. Let's take a walk down. Not blooming yet, but I always love seeing my coyote mint and my yerba buena come back after the hot summers have beaten it up a little bit. So we have that coming down on each side of the steps. It's another one of the ceanothuses. There is some lavender and a few other, you know, not natives in there, you know, scattered around, but it's all Mediterranean based, drought tolerant plants because we don't irrigate except for the citrus trees, and the irrigation they get is from our gray water system. Some more of the lavender. Let's see. My poppies. Love my California poppies. We do have a few more batches of them this year. The bunnies left me some. I'm so happy. Over here we have a different ceanothus. This is more, they call it a ground cover, but you can see it's really rather bushy. This is Joyce Coulter. My big ones are Ray Hartman. And there is a Dr. Hurd manzanita in there. Some more lavender that's really looking good here. And my sambucus, one of the two sambucuses that we have. These are our elderberries. So no blooms yet, but it's looking good. Along with the fennel. Lots of fennel that's now getting tall enough that the bunnies aren't eating it. There's another Joyce Coulter ceanothus. And back here, I forgot what the name of this ceanothus is, but it's a third one. And it's just really starting to get established over here. Here's my other sambucus. He's a little taller because he didn't get hit with the weed whacker by accident. So I'm looking forward to getting some elderberries on there, using this for dye plants and cooking and all kinds of fun stuff. Let's go see what else is blooming. Not blooming, but looking good. This is my silk tassel, and I really hope that it will continue to grow. It's very, very slow, but I'm looking forward to that one growing. This is some of the monkey flower, and I just love this. It's so durable. The hummingbirds were at it earlier today. Mixed in with the monkey flower is the native verbena, and the butterflies are going to be loving on that all summer long if we get any. It's another look at one of my Ray Hartman ceanothuses. Not blooming yet, but it's got a lot of buds on it. This is my Carpenteria, and when it blooms, it looks like a fried egg. It's going to be awesome. Some more Hummingbird Sage coming up here. Sorry for the shadows. Some more monkey flower. I mean, look at those little flowers. They are just made for hummingbirds. This is the fig tree. Look at these beautiful big leaves. This is going to be great to use for botanical printing. And of course, hopefully, eventually we will get some figs. More poppies. Monkey flower. Ceanothus. Our wonderful hedge of coyote brush that the birds and the bunnies love to hide in. Our lemons. We have 4 lemon trees, 2 orange trees, and the fig tree. So over here we've got some more monkey flower. The yellow flowers in there. You can see them. Let's see if I can get close enough. There you go, you can see them there. That's called Bladder Pod. It's in the caper family, and it's wonderful. The hummingbirds love that too. It's got, again, those flowers that are just built for the hummingbirds. This is going to be filled with bright red flowers when my native fuchsias start to bloom at the end of summer, when everything else is too tired to keep blooming. And this is my raised bed. It's a hugel bed. So what I did is I stacked logs to raise them up and then filled it with more logs and branches and stuff that would compost slowly, and then some dirt on top. And so it's a good place to put stuff that, you know, you wouldn't want to put a tree into it, but for stuff that doesn't need to be right down at that ground level, it's great. This gives you another look at my poppies. That is a St. Helena manzanita that is looking awesome. It's got a lot of berries on there for the birds whenever they're ready. And here's another monkey flower. It just surprises me every spring when these things pop back up again, because they don't get any attention from me. They don't get any water. They die back in the summertime to almost nothing. And then they pop back up in spring and give us this. As you can see a little better without the shadow. There we go. Flowers made for hummingbirds. This is coffee berry, which is looking awesome this year. Over here in the shade of the oak tree is the Coast 9 bark. It's got some beautiful flowers. Bees have been loving on that. And this is supposed to have some fibers in the bark, so I am going to give that a try for some cordage. Let's see, over here, some of my nasturtiums are not native, and I don't care. I love them. They just pop up wherever they want to, and for some reason the bunnies, knock on wood, aren't eating them. Another coffee berry. Looking good this year. Cattleya, which will come in to bloom shortly, and that'll be another one that'll be great for the hummingbirds. Some more nasturtiums. Nasturtiums always make me think of kindergarten, where we planted nasturtium seeds in little egg cartons and took them home and put them in the garden. Just another angle. The blooms. Looks like my bladder pod wants to have a stake in it. Hummingbird sage looking great there. So all the verbena. Love it, love it, love it. So now we are down the other patio, brick patio. Dogwoods, they're just starting to fill out. Ray Hartman over there surprising me that he is still blooming even though he doesn't have a lot of sun there. Most of these up here are ribes. They're just about done blooming now, but they started blooming in January, February, so they were great for the hummers that were first coming around. And look at here, oh my goodness, I did not see this. These are some of my native irises. I did not expect them to bloom here in the shade, and look at them. I'm so happy, and I see some buds on these over here. Look at there. And of course I will be using the leaves for cordage. And up there, I can't climb up there right now, that's twinberry, which again is another great one for the hummingbirds. Got the little tulip shape, you know, the shape is just right for the hummingbird beak to go in. You can see some of my island snapdragon maybe up there in the red. These guys. That's the ribes. All right, that is the backyard here at Navarro Wilds, March of 2021. My, we've come a long way from when all we had out here were a couple of old oak trees. That's all for now. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.